really excited about this play here. I
Oh,
think what you saw last week against Vanderbilt was probably one of the worst upsets in college football. The number one team, newly ranked number one team, Alabama, coming off a huge game the week before against Georgia, that they did give up in the second half, majority of all those points to get Georgia back in that game to potentially win. I put a lot of that on the coaching staff also because there were some bad opportunities there where they were
yep.
not using the clock. They were rushing to play the game, and the time was their friend. And I think they go into that next week against Vanderbilt that everybody thought was going to be a sleeper as far as Alabama walking in there and coming out with a victory. That's what they've been doing for years when they play Vanderbilt. Everybody walks through Vanderbilt. But we didn't realize that Vanderbilt been really scrappy this season so far, especially early on in this season. Um, this team here, majority of this team is coming from New Mexico State, who played last night, which is why New Mexico State is so bad. So majority of that team that's on Vanderbilt transferred with the coach over to Vandy, and we can see that New Mexico was balling last year. New Mexico State was balling last year, as far as within their conference and division and stuff like that. And you're seeing that shape out in this Vanderbilt team. What all I have to say is that I'm looking at team total for Alabama here, or I'm looking at the first half. I think Alabama jumps on board right away against South Carolina. That's not a good team.
35 and a half.
And I've seen a line for the total points in the first half.
First half. Total points 27 and a half.
For team total. I apologize.
19 and a half.
So you have team total 19 and a half for the first half. Do I think they scored three scores? I do. Let's look at the spread again. What's the spread? Is it 14 and a half
21.
for the spread for the first half?
Oh, for the first half spread.
Mhm.
11 and a half.
I really like that play, and that's going to be my lock of the play for this.
Yeah, I like that 11 and a half too.
I think they're going to get two scores here. Maybe South Carolina kicks a field goal or get a score of a touchdown, but I think it could be 21-7. It can be easily 17-3. It could be 24. It could be 24-10. I know it's going to be two scores in the first half. I think Alabama jumps on board. That's an embarrassing loss last week. They were fighting on the field. I don't know what the bull on the defense is. He needs to be checked. I'm sure he had a lot of conversations over this week about composing himself. But these
Yeah.
guys are really upset about that loss against Vanderbilt. I mean, we can just talk about numbers with Alabama versus South Carolina anyway, but we're not going to get to that. We're just going to take this opportunity here and say, hey, give me Alabama first half minus 11 and a half.